Hello there, this is Sadie. We are going to continue our streak, and we've rolled Zoltan C, which is definitely the weakest ship that we have played so far on this streak. This ship starts with 2 power and has a weak reactor that costs extra to upgrade, so that's quite bad. You do have a bunch of Zoltans and an already upgraded backup battery, but yeah, your power situation is quite bad, and your offensive setup is a little bit awkward. I think this does quite well in the early sectors. I am on record as saying that I think the Ion Charger is really, really good. I think it's probably the most underrated weapon in the game. But it can have an awkward time when ships with 2 shield bubbles turn up. Because if you haven't got another Ion, it's tricky. You can beat ships with 2 shield bubbles with just this, but you ideally want to get a weapon that you can pair with the charge ion, so you don't have to use beam drones and be reliant on that every fight to do any hull damage. I feel like this is a ship that has quite a high skill cap, and that things like crew positioning, for example, can make a big deal in terms of how early fights go. I like to lay my people out like this, with this Zoltan here running to drones, assuming we're not being immediately boarded. Okay, we have an immediate store, which is not good because we have no scrap. We could go there and sell something, but it's not really worth it. I would really prefer this store to be like here. But that's not an option, and I'm not going to a store with 0 scrap. We will aid the Federation ship. Generally speaking, you want to hold off on using the backup battery absolutely as long as you can when you're playing the ship, because once it starts, you're sort of on a time limit. I am going to fire it up now, though, because if this hits, my Zoltan shield goes. Beam drone, could you hit something important, please? Let's actually fire one at weapons quickly. Okay, that hitting my backup battery is quite bad. Oh, I opened an internal door there. That was very silly. If I get you up there now. Come on, beam drone. Okay. Had that gone on much longer, that could have been very spooky. Double reward, cool. You often get crew from the second part of that reward, which would have been very useful here. I'm going to vent this Zoltan. It's not like he has any skill that I need to preserve. I suppose if I get a really good reward here, I could then check the store out. No, we are rejecting your offer. You get in there. Oh, cool. I could buy like an ion blast or an ion stunner with that. I think my odds of finding something I can buy are too low, and I'm not going to go there. I need to lose a jump doing it as well, because I'm pretty sure that gets taken over. Double check that. Yeah, that gets taken over, so I would need to backtrack to the jump that I'm in now in order to go to a store that I probably can't do anything useful at. Ignore the refueling platform. Okay, we've got another store here. I wish I'd got some scrap there. I will go to this one, because at least I don't have to double back here. But I don't think I'm likely to find anything useful. I mean, there's useful stuff here, but I can't afford it. I can't sell either of these, because I need them to do any hull damage at all. So I can't get something like hacking. A defense drone would be useful. But I'm not going to sell my Zoltan shield, obviously. Okay, so we're not getting anything in Sector 1. I'm going to build up at reasonable... My usual strategy on this ship is hoard scrap in Sector 1 and look for stores. Of course, we've had our 2 stores already. We definitely aren't getting another one unless one pops up from an event. But I want to have enough... Oh, God. I'm going to take the bribe here. These weapons are quite dangerous. This is a possible double reward, but it's not always a double reward, and you can't even have a situation where you win this fight and the reward you get is worse than what you were offered as a bribe. If that weren't a burst 2, if it were a burst 1, I'd take it, but... Okay, now auto scouts are pretty good on this ship because, especially shieldless ones, but they're mostly good even if they have shields because there's not that many rooms for the beam drone to shoot at. It's almost invariably going to hit something that's useful. Obviously, shieldless auto scouts are particularly good because beam drones just win those fights. This is a little spooky, but I'm gonna take the fight because I really need scrap. Turn the oxygen on for a moment. Damn it. Okay, that's very good. Shields down, and they have a Zoltan over there, which is great because they were forcing power, I think, into the wrong thing. No, maybe they don't. Maybe it's just because I ionized them. Whatever. They're dead, and we didn't take damage despite fighting a flak and heavy 1 ship. Getting a heavy laser 1, by the way, is probably the best thing you can get on this ship early. I really hope that we get the opportunity to get that weapon. Good weapon hit. Another weapon hit. Nearly another one. We have reasonable options at distress because we've got a clone bay, we've got an ion, we have a beam drone. I will take it. This can give us crew. This has the chance to be a high scrap reward. I feel like possibly getting crew is very valuable here. We have enough scrap to buy anything that we might want at the store. And getting crew, it's most likely not going to be a Zoltan, and then we can move our pilot out. Yeah, like Dr. Jones can go off, and yeah, now we have an extra power bar. Now often, I would prefer to go for the high scrap reward there, which we could safely do because we have a clone bay, so the top option, you have a risk of losing crew, but whatever. But since we can already get what we would want at a store, I'm going to give up 5 missiles, even though we could have ended up being in a situation where we would regret that if, say, we need to get a missile weapon. But hey, getting a free reactor upgrade on this ship is really good, because as you can see, these cost 30 scrap, which is quite annoying. We're going NG. This could be frustrating because NG sectors are more likely to have anti-drones. But you can get around those, and we need stores. Let's look here first. I want to know if that's top left corner is a store. We may have a hard time stopping the ship getting away. It depends on whether our beam drone wants to be useful. Okay, shooting weapons is definitely useful. Yeah, the beam drone is helping out here by shooting lots of different systems. I was hoping to be able to ionize that and lose its spin-up time. But I think they're going to just die before that becomes relevant anyway. Okay, that's a distress beacon. Here, here, there. Because we've got this extra power, we kind of have more than what we need right now, but that won't continue to be the case. Running the backup battery, I can't really assign this. Not a terrible offer. Gonna actually take this. We'll get, if we kill this ship, we would get between 12 to 19 scrap, so between 4 to 11 more. But we're getting maximum fuel, quite high missiles, and we might only get 4 more scrap for it. And we are, as I mentioned, already above threshold for buying stuff at the store. And we're ahead on upgrades because we've got free power and stuff. Okay, hopefully there is a weapon here that we can use. There is not, but there is a drone recovery arm, which is a very, very nice thing to see on this ship. Reject their offer. We have not been able to find a safe fight so far. Partially that's because we haven't upgraded our shields, which I generally don't do with this ship until towards the end of this sector, if not going into Sector 3. But we've also been fighting lots of ships with missiles and level 3 weapons. The only problem with the route that we've taken is there's a number of jumps we won't get to see. We could go up to see that jump, what's the point? We won't get there in time. We might as well go here. Although I don't think if that's a store we could go to it. What would our fast route be? There, 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 there. Yeah, that might work. Actually, that would work. It's very close, but it would. We are going to secure the cache. We could do this and get 2 extra jumps. But this usually drops a drone, and if we could get something like a combat drone, given we have drone recovery on, sadly we got a boarding drone instead, which is much less good. We don't need that much fuel. Okay, we're going here for the off chance that this is one of our other stores. It looks like we may be going into Sector 3 without a weapon upgrade, which is really not good. This is why I wanted to have my Zoltan indoors from the start. This whole corner of the ship is quite awkward, difficult to defend. You get out of there, go up to weapons. That should vent the whole wall of them into weapons. At least it will once the air runs out. Yep. You go help out. So we took 1 point of damage. It's fine. The critical thing to do on this ship, if, say, they break your clone bay, is don't panic, vent them out of there, then re-oxygenate that room, and run somebody in to fix the damn thing. If that means they're running around breaking, like, your sensors and your doors and stuff, that's fine. The critical thing is don't lose crew. It is fine to lose a few points of hull if it enables you to save your crew. So your crew are your power on this ship, and you don't want to lose them. Oh, that is the store. Cool. Do I definitely have enough room to go to this? It's very tight, but yes. Okay. We are buying a combat drone here. I could buy cloaking, but that doesn't improve my offense, and I don't feel like I can afford to spend that much scrap on an upgrade that doesn't help me kill things. We've got a drone. This would be worthless if I didn't have a drone recovery arm, but I do have a drone recovery arm. So let's take advantage. And we also already have a drone buffer, so we can do this. Let's actually go into the next sector before I spend any more money, because there might be an immediate store with a weapon. No. Mantis Homeworlds is generally a sector where the enemies are not that strong, so I'm going there. Okay, we don't have an immediate store. I want to be able to run both these drones. I also want the next level of shields at this point. Let's buy a power bar. I can use backup battery to run both of those, and I also have the ability to run this guy around. This definitely isn't ideal, but it will work. We effectively are one of those annoying auto assault ships. Vent, vent, vent. Great, there's my store. This might be the only one in the sector, and I've just spent all my money. Oh, God. I think I'm going to charge this up all the way. Oh yeah, I can't really do that because of this stupid thing. I was going to charge it up all the way to fire at shields and hopefully, you know, hit when those are down, but I need to fire these up right away. Which one are you shooting at? Let's do cheaty things. Now, the anti-drone gets to fire every 8 seconds or so. I can't remember the exact timing, but we need to just keep an eye on it. Yeah, I needed to depower there. Well, let's put this power here for a moment. Yeah, that supercharged drone is really, really annoying. It's going to make it very, very difficult for me to build up an ion chain. You are looking like you want to shoot at the combat drone. Yes, you do. Okay, good. We hit weapons there. That's very useful. When our backup battery runs out, we're in some trouble. I'm gonna save the... I need to do this. These are also about to run out. Why have I not got you in here? That was silly. Yeah, this is really, really bad. Okay, that's very bad, because my oxygen has already been draining really, really low. Let's get somebody in there to fix that, like now. I don't want to give that up. Yeah, this shield drone is the big problem here. I need to just get out of this fight. Get my engines going. We have to jump to the store, unfortunately, here. By the way, if I didn't have a human, this could actually be a... well, there's no weapons here anyway. If I didn't have the human, this could end up being a soft lock, because I need to actually fix the oxygen. And because there's no oxygen on the ship, what can end up happening is your Zoltans run all the way across the ship, and it takes them too long to get there. This human has provided me just enough oomph to actually fix that stupid system. Oops. No, don't lose all my crew, please. That fight was fucking stupid. I could jump back and fight that, because the damage we've done stays. So, you know, we've done most of the hull damage that we need, and they don't get their drone parts back either. Although, I don't think we destroyed any of their drones, so they'd still be able to deploy them. But we get our Zoltan shield back and all of that stuff. So we probably can go back and win that fight. But we may not have a chance to get a weapon again. There's both the systems we want here, but we have no scrap. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that fight. Yeah, they have barely any hull left. God damn it. I need this super shield gone before I... That's shooting at the combat drone. No, you're about to die, so... Ugh. That was not fun. Okay, we're actually immune in this fight. As long as we have 2 Zoltans and shields, this ship can't hurt us, so we're gonna get our training. And... can we O2 crew kill this? I don't think because of their second shield we can. They are gonna board us, so we have to deal with their boarders. Actually, that might give us an opportunity to crew kill. Now they have 3 crew. Yeah, this chain ion is spun up, but it doesn't matter. So we can't O2 crew kill this by shooting oxygen with the drones because we can't control where they fire. And we can't do it by shooting at it with the weapons because, well, we can't rely on the weapons. We can't rely on shooting it with the drones, rather, because we can't rely on the drones. But let's start getting our training. This is going to be awkward because we need to make sure there are 2 Zoltans in... we need to make sure there are 2 Zoltans in shields at all times, or else we are no longer damage immune. Like, this is the kind of setup we could run. If we had this alongside our charge ion, we could do what this ship is trying to do, failing owing to the specifics of our Okay, let's swap you 2 around. I probably can't shield train here because we need to dodge the ion and then have that hit, and I'm not going to wait around and wait for it to do that. You 2 go over to engines now. We'll train these 2 on that. I could really use a weapon drop. Okay, you've got that, so you go and swap around. Okay, let's train these Zoltans on piloting then, and the human on engines. We always have two Zoltans in this room. You've trained, you go to weapons and train there. Okay, so you're trained on the three things you can train on. So you go run to shields, and you go into engines. Oh, something random happens to depower. Okay, so those are trained. Okay, so you are now trained on all three things I can train you on. You go in there, and you go in there. Thing is, if I ran my Zoltans out of the room here, because this is all powered up and how fast it is and they have a heavy laser, I'd probably just die in a moment. We're getting tiny bits of shield skill here. I'm not fucking waiting for that. Okay, you've got that, you've got this. So let's swap you two around. Let's do this just in case. Okay, that can turn off now. And now we just have to get these guys weapons right. Last bit of training. There we go. Speed hack off. Now we can start actually doing this properly. It's probably worth here having a quick discussion about how, or a quick explanation of how ion weapons work and some of the intricacies around the charge ion, because I think people don't necessarily know how this works. So the charge ion, you can charge up to 3 times. It takes 6 seconds per level of charge, which at the moment we've got the reduction of 20%. So that is 4.8 per point of charge. So we could fire. It takes us 14.4 seconds to charge this up to level 3. Now it's worth talking about why, when you're facing enemies with level 2 shields, you want to charge this up all the way first, generally, or at least a 2 if you've got another ion weapon. And the reason for this, let's do a comparison of what would happen if you fired this. If you fire the charge ion, if you just auto-fire it, and every time it gets a charge here, let's just do this so it loses its charge since we're not in danger. If you just auto-fire like this, now you're going to fire 3 shots in 14.4 seconds. And in this case they all hit, so they successfully take shields down. Let's depower this and then repower. Now the thing to note though is, suppose instead of hit, 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 we had gone hit, miss, hit. If you have that happen, what's going to happen is, every time these weapons do 1 point of ion damage, and that lasts 5 seconds. So it takes a little bit less than 5 seconds for this to charge when you have full weapon training. So it is fast enough to self-stack, and if you auto-fire it at shields, as long as the weapon never misses, you will eventually take any level down. But that's not a realistic thought. You're going to miss things. If you were to auto-fire this on shields, and you had the sequence hit, miss, hit, what would happen? Your first shot would hit, and you would ionize for 5 seconds. And then your next shot would come in 4.8 seconds later and miss. The ionization would run out, they would get their second shield bubble up, and then your third shot would hit, deal 1 point of ionization, that would last for another 5 seconds. By comparison, if you charge this up all the way and fire, and you get the identical outcome. Okay, there we got terrible outcomes. If you miss 2 shots, it's just gonna fuck it up. But suppose you again had that same, you charged it up all the way, and you had that same pattern of hit, miss, hit. Because you're firing all the ions, even though it's taken the same amount of time as just auto-firing it, 14.4 seconds to fire 3 ions, because you're firing them all at the same time, what happens is the first one hits, it lands, deals 5 points, 1 point of ion damage, which lasts 5 seconds. The second one misses a fraction of a second later, so they're at like 4.9 or 4.8 seconds of ion damage left. And then the third one hits, adds another 5 seconds. You've got about 9 seconds of ion left, and you can auto-fire after that. Whereas with the auto-fire method, hit, miss, hit, you've got 5 seconds of ion, because the second one has missed, got rid of all of the ion damage that you stacked with the first hit, and then the third one hits, it lasts 5 seconds. So you're much closer to having the shields all the way down if you let it charge up all the way. So that's why that's generally a better thing, and this is something I think people just assume that the way you should use ion weapons is to just auto-fire all of them, and that's not really true. Now with these two, you might actually be able to get away with auto-firing against 2 shield bubbles, because you could just use the combat drone to pop the shield bubble and the beam drone hits. And then eventually you get through all the shields, and the beam drone and the combat drone tear it to shreds. What I should be doing is timing this properly, like I should depower this until after this fires to get rid of that, and that wastes damage. But since I'm not in any danger here, I'm not really that concerned about it. But in fights where I am actually in danger, that will be quite important. Anyway, we're all trained up. It does not look like we're likely to get another store. This is a dead end. How many jumps do I have to the exit? 4. 1, 2. I can never get to this one, because even if I take the fastest route there. So there's no reason, I think, not to go to that beacon up sort of northwest of where I am now. However, there's nothing there, so it was not worth going there anyway. Great. I feel like I've made virtually no scrap in this sector. Yeah, I have. Let's check my... Yeah, that's because I have. I've made 43 scrap so far in this sector, and I'm 2 jumps from the exit. I really did not need this. Okay, that's some stuff. I really wanted that to be a store. It isn't. Okay, here we can auto-fire because, well, that's a level 1. Instead of shields. Also, just put these right up. They've got oh, for fuck's sake, asteroids. I thought you were cool. Okay, their shields are down. They've hacked my weapons, but between the asteroids and the drones, they'll just die. We'll take a little bit of damage here. No, keep the beam drone up. Good. Thick stuff. Well, that wasn't a store anyway, so even if I had been able to reach it, it wouldn't have mattered. We're giving you 15 missiles. Oh great, now we're going into an uncharted nebula. We're in Sector 4, we still haven't fucking well got another weapon. But now there's a store, and we need to really, really hope this has some kind of fucking offense. Another ion would be great. There are no weapons here, for fuck's sake. Okay, this was the non-nebula store, so there can still be another store in this sector. I'm gonna get a weapon buffer now. I'm very concerned if we fight a ship with 3 shield bubbles that we're not going to be able to do all that much. But, I mean, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. I can't believe we've got this far and we have not seen a single weapon in any source. This is the problem with those 2 stores in Sector 1 that were just right at the beginning. So were there weapons in some of those and it's just we had no money because they're impossibly near to the start of the run? I don't think actually that was the case. I feel like they didn't have weapons anyway. So it's extremely important here that I see every beacon. Because I need more fuel, among other things. I didn't want to have to come to a fucking uncharted nebula with only 4 fuel, but... Very little about this run is about what I want. Let's just do this. God almighty. Let's switch between these. Okay, now there's not a need to do that. Good, we got that down. We should now be okay. we would be 100% dead if we hadn't got that drone recovery on. Okay, this sees 3 jumps. There we are. I'm not trying to hoard more scrap. I need to get to a store now. Thank God there's weapons. Give me this other charge ion. There's hacking here. I want hacking. I'm gonna take... I need to buy this fuel. If I can get 1 scrap reward, I can come back here and buy hacking. And it's worth delaying having the weapon upgrade for that, I feel like. Yeah. Zoltan shield will buy time for the charge ion to charge up. Let's activate the combat drone a little bit beforehand, so that if one of those misses, okay, it didn't anyway. But my thinking was if one of those ion shots misses, that way the combat drone is synced up to pop the shield bubble and the beam drone to do damage. Beam drone, go. God damn it. You go fix that. Okay, I can go get hacking and get some repairs. And that should stabilize the situation. I won't be able to get very many repairs, but I will be able to get some. And then I just need to win a couple of more fights to get my other charge ion online. But hacking will make that much easier, because we can weapon hack. And weapon hack and a Zoltan shield buys loads of time. Right. Chase them. God fucking damn it. This ship's gonna definitely have an offensive drone, but this actually isn't too bad. I am gonna use hacking in every single fight because I really do not see the need to be stingy with my resources here. I have a good long-term situation once I get this other charge ion. Like, double charge ion and double offensive drones will fucking shred enemies. It's just... I need to survive long enough for that to be a thing I can do. Ooh, shield just in time. Let's fire 1 eye on it. No, never mind. I was gonna say, as long as we knock one of those lasers offline, and even an ion in there would have been enough because it was decent. Blow them up. Nice, a double reward is very, very useful here. Okay, so now at the start of fights we can go in something like this, get our ions charged up, and then once the shields go down, then we power up the beam drones. The drones. How dare you call me repugnant? Our Zoltan shield will protect us from one of these. Okay, good. Now with 2 charge ions firing, we can potentially just auto-fire them. In certain circumstances that won't be the right choice, but in some it will be. I just accepted a surrender. God fucking damn it. looks like we got fuel from it anyway, so I don't think it was that bad. Okay, this ship should be pretty straightforward. We don't even need this. One ion is enough, because... we weren't able to dodge anything at all. Cool. Okay, I can't run. This is only going to be a low scrap reward, but that's fine. We'll buy another power bar. The great thing is now the power bars are no longer, you know, really expensive. It's the only way in the game that your reactor time in the game that the cost of buying a reactor bar actually goes down. I often find that's quite a big point in a Zoltan C Run. I'm not going to be buying cloaking for a while because I need to get things like more power. I want hacking level 2. Can I tangle with a rebel stronghold? Maybe. It's significantly less safe. I'm not so much worried about the I'm not worried that much about the constructor flagship. I'm actually worried about other ships I could fight there, double offensive drone ships specifically. And I don't want to put up with that, so I'm going to the NG sector. This is definitely lower scrap. But I just need one sector where I can stabilize, and then we're fine. We will ignore the damaged vessels. We do not have the blue option for the NG Sex event, and that is one of the only fights in the game where you make no money if you actually take it. This ship can't hurt me. At least it won't be able to once I get this Mantis out of my ship. Which means we're going to O2 kill this, especially since it has fucking 3 anti-drones. So, can I O2 crew kill this? Using the ions. The answer to this is a decisive maybe. There's actually a fairly decent odds that the way we end up killing this ship, if it doesn't end up being that, is just we will eventually end up blowing up all of the drones. Okay, that's one. Let's auto-fire one drone, and the other one I'll charge off. I don't really know what the best way of doing this is. Now, in Sector 1 on this ship, or the first couple sectors when you're fighting single shield ships, if you're fighting an enemy with just one shield bubble, you can get crew kills with a single charge ion by going, basically, charge to 3, charge to 1, etc. But I have no idea how to do it against ships with 3 shield bubbles or what the ideal is. Because we need to simultaneously stop the shields coming back and also keep the ions down, keep the oxygen down. It's probably actually to, oh, fuck's sake, those. Let's let them get it back. It may involve doing something like firing a max level charge, and then at the start, and then auto-firing one at shields. On the other hand, the shields are quite heavily ionized. Okay, that shot missed, so we need to keep firing at it. Let's do this quickly. God damn it, just too slow. We could theoretically auto-fire these at shields for a very long time and just wait until it was fully ionized. That might be wise. Of course, they have a med bay over there, so we would need a way to deal with that later. Okay, not enough of those shots actually hit. Let's actually charge our FTL up, because I want to see whether or not we, say, have a store right next to this beacon. That might inform what we do here. What level is your oxygen? I don't know, because that hit a drone instead of your actual oxygen system. Oh, for fucking Christ's sake. They have run out of drones. So they now don't have any more anti-drones. That's useful. Okay, this is only oxygen level 0. The reason that you know is that this is flashing between yellow, not between yellow, this is flashing between blue and white, which is the same as their shields. That's what a system does when it's fully ionized. So that's a very helpful thing. I think we just auto-fire these, we will probably do it. I'll need to keep an eye out for if I get a string of misses on shields. Let's keep firing at shields for a bit. Okay, now let's charge this up all the way and fire all of them at oxygen to build up a decent chain at first. Okay, well, we're missing shields, so let's not do that for a bit. Yeah, there is a store right next to us. So we have like one jump that we can take before the store, so it's pretty important to get a good reward here. these just keep hitting, then eventually they will run out, but of course they won't keep hitting indefinitely. Let's charge this up all the way again. They got their shields back, great. And then they ionize my weapons. Because I have 4 Zoltans in there, there is a risk that they do that. This pops the shield bubbles and then that comes in. Gonna charge it up all the way again. They dodged, what was that, 2 shots, 3? They dodged quite a lot. Actually, maybe here? Do it. Both all the way down at least. And no more drops. Now one thing I could do would be power the beam drone and just let it, you know, settle on a spot, and then if that spot isn't oxygen, depower it, because they have Mantis repairing. But that's really fucking awkward. Also, the beam drone can drag into other rooms, so it's not guaranteed it would only fire at that room, even if we did that. Let's charge this up all the way and put it on oxygen. Okay, never mind. Let's reset the stuff on shields since we missed 2 of 3 shots there. Unfortunately, there is actually a maximum oxygen damage you can get on a system, which is 5 points or 25 seconds. Otherwise, I could just leave this doing it for like an hour, or just put speed hack on. And eventually you'd get a string of hits where there'd be, you know, 50 points of ionization on this, and it would last so long that it wouldn't matter if I shot at oxygen with both weapons for a significant period of time. But because it maxes at 5, there is always, for 25 seconds, there's always a chance that you miss enough shots in a 25-second span that the shields come back. It's probably a good decision on the developer's behalf, really, because you probably would not want a situation where your shields could be ionized to such an extent that you would never get them back. Okay, let's start charging this up now. We ideally want to get a situation where we get 3 straight ion hits on oxygen, and then we can auto-fire it for a while. Unfortunately, they just got a bunch of shield dodges, so let's try again. I don't blame you if you skip ahead through this fight. It is quite tedious, because I have to do it manually. I can't even automatically do this, but it's very important given how bad this run has gone. For fuck's sake! Considering how bad this run has gone, I think it's very important that we take this opportunity to get a crew kill now that we have one. Can I maybe not have it dodge 2 of my 3 shots, please? That's happened multiple times recently. Game. I understand that was good comedic timing. even though you are a non-sentient program and are incapable of such things. I know people are trying to persuade you now that something like ChatGPT can potentially have things like that, but no, it's just a glorified autocorrect. However, while I appreciate that that set of dodges was very funny, I would appreciate it if you stopped. I cannot fucking believe this. Will you stop? Okay. You really notice dodges a lot more when you're using ion weapons. They don't actually happen anymore when you're using other weapon types, but psychologically it feels like they do. That is definitely just confirmation bias, but still. Okay, unfortunately they dodged too many shots there. I would love like an ion blast or an ion stunner to add to this. Cheap little weapon, or an ion bomb obviously would be great. Obviously we could just hack the oxygen, and I may end up doing that. But I'd really like to do that without unnecessary resource expenditure. Finally got a sequence off where we hit all of her shots on oxygen. So let's see if we can start building up some damage. I need to chuck one into shield just to make sure, because we had some dodges. Yeah. Okay, fuck it, I'm hacking oxygen. But I'll do it once I've actually built up a reasonable ion chain on it. Cool. As long as I ionize the oxygen occasionally this way, I will eventually get it down, because normally level 1, oh for fuck's sake, normally level 1 oxygen hack versus level 1 oxygen, it just, the amount that you drain the oxygen is perfectly balanced by the amount they refill when the hack is off cooldown. But if you just ionize it once during the hack cooldown, that's enough that you will eventually, even though that will be slow, you will eventually get rid of all the oxygen. yeah, that delays them starting to recharge. And that means their oxygen will not be 100%. My hack is ready to go. Hooray! We made some progress. Good. Ha! Really? Oxygen is below 50% now. Now we will end up powering a drone when the oxygen runs out because we need to damage something on the ship enough that they don't just go and camp in the medbay. And if the ship has any damage on it, it exits what's called calm state in the game, and thus they don't do that. It doesn't matter what the drones actually damage as long as they damage a system, which in this case they definitely will because they have no non-system rooms. Obviously them just directly damaging the medbay or oxygen would be most useful. Almost there. This, I think, yeah, that'll take it down. So, get my beam thrown up, shoot at something. Cool. That's very useful. They have NG medbot dispersal over. Oh, fuck's sake, the beam drone got shot down. They have NG medbot dispersal over there, so they're actually healing even when they're out of the room, but which you can see there, but that doesn't counteract the O2 effect. So this is level 1 medbay, so we can just just ionize it. The reason you can tell is that their health, well, I can't now because I can't see them, but their health is remaining perfectly static. Which level 1 medbay perfectly counters the effect of there being no oxygen. So yeah, this person's staying at 33, and then I'll ionize it once, and it'll go down. One more time will do it for sure. Yeah, that's a really, really good reward, and also all that fuel. Like, that was really annoying and painful. But it was pain that was worth going through. What's here? Listen to their problem and send the human to communicate with the mantis. I think we'll take Robert Smith on the ship. Oh, also, now that we have this, let's swap up a bit, put my other Zoltan in weapons, and Robert Smith can man my doors. Thanks, game, you heard me. I'm gonna take this because we're in an NG sector. Cool. That really doesn't fit with what we're doing, because, I mean, the flak is a great gun. But it's mostly good for suppressing shields, which we already do anyway. Let's offer the Mantis up for a bounty that has a good chance of being really good scrap. And less chance of being a nasty fight where we've taken damage. Like, imagine if we took the other option and it was a fight, and we took that 5 damage and immediately at the start of the fight had a big fire in our weapons room, which can happen if you take the other option. That would suck. Let's get level 3 engines in case we need to run away. I wonder, like, let's actually get some power too. I know I really want to save up to get my weapon online. I want to save up to get cloaking. We are so behind on scrap. Search for the ship. Cool, we get a lot of free stuff. And there's some stores here. I'm only going to take one of them. More power. Give me free stuff. Give me level 2 hack. Then I'll get power. Then I'll work on my weapons. Then I'll start hoarding. Cool. Okay, this is a pretty good sector, even though I kind of wanted to go to that. Oh, for fuck's sake. The ship can't hurt me, but it can run away. I'm actually going to hack piloting here so I can guarantee all my shots hitting and getting rid of their shields. Then my 2 drones will fucking tear them apart. I hate you. Okay, good. We got that down. That actually helps me because that allows them to actually flee the room. They can't run. Let's take that stupid bomb out. Get those weapons up. I'd like 2 more power, then I save. No. Our drone parts are extremely important. Aid the civilian ship. We could probably crew kill this with the cloak hack cycle, but then actually we couldn't because we can't really ionize the oxygen with them being able to cloak. I was going to say we could... Actually, we also don't have cloaking. What am I talking about? I'm going to say we could cloak hack cycle them out of missiles. Not exactly something we can do here. Okay, what I'm going to do here... I'm going to hack the weapons. I'm going to charge my ions up all the way and I'll wait until after they cloak the second time. I don't know why I did that. That was stupid. Or actually, do I want to do that? I actually don't. Yeah, it's only level 1 cloak, so it's fine. I can put the ion stunner on it. Those are all down. The really useful property of ion weapons, another one that people underestimate, I think, is if you chuck an ion into weapons, it will take out a weapon. It will not take out one level of weapons. It will take out a single weapon because that's just how the ion damage into that system works. It ionizes the system level and makes it impossible for them to power the damn thing. Which means if an enemy has 3 weapons and you manage to hit their weapons 3 times with ions after shields, those weapons are all gone. No, we're going to a rebel sector anyway, so great. We are in better shape though than we were for going into that rebel stronghold, which would have been a better sector to go into generally. We have a fair amount of stuff to sell. By the way, I will gladly sell this flak over the ions because ions work really, really well with drones, and we're definitely doing a drone offense. That might have been an unwise gamble, but I'm taking it. This has the potential to be a map, which first jump of the sector is really, really good. Anyway, that should be the extent of the damage we take. Please give me a map. I want to know where the stores are anyway, because I need repairs. Okay, we didn't get stores, but we did get a very useful augment that we can sell. Well, very useful. We got an augment that we can sell. It's okay. Oh god. Since they only have 1 combat drone, I think we're better hacking weapons. But yeah, this is the kind of ship that can kill runs, and that made me worry about coming to rebel sectors generally. They have a bunch of really fast weapons and all of these fucking drones. So the drones on their own can hurt me even before they fire these. I really need this first volley to be good. Fortunately, it was. Let's put a couple ions into weapons. Nice dodging. Good. I'm shocked that it looks like we're going to get out of this without damage. That is crazy. I value more the high scrap possibility now. Potential to get crew. Okay, no stores still. I'm going to upgrade my hacking all the way. Because we have enough stuff to sell that we can still be able to afford cloaking if we go right to a store. We sell the flak and the Hermes and the advanced FTL navigation and we're good. Go here. Okay, we found a store. It's going to take at least 1 jump, but I need to be wary because I need to balance the need to do damage with the need to not die. Their weapons aren't very dangerous. It's just the Vulcan, and I can take that out with flak. With ions if needed, and reset it. Could hack the drones, but I can just auto-maneuver around this. So let's look. I don't need to charge these up all the way because these only have 2 shield bubbles. I'm going to fire these at 2 levels of charge. If we hit 4 of these 5 shots, we get rid of the shields completely. I said if we hit 4 of the 5 shots, we get rid of the shields completely. That's a my combat drone. Depower that. Ion stunner. Actually, I'll put 2 ions in there and just take both the weapons offline. Get out of the fucking way. Stupid thing. Oh, cool, we blew up their engine. Okay, 2 stores. Check out this first one. Sell this. Sell this. I'm gonna buy the long-range scanners to help me catch up on scrap. We see that that's a fight. In fact, we've missed a bunch of fights, but whatever. We can sell this for 32, so that is still enough, even if I make even if I have to run from this and make no scrap, which is unlikely. Instead, we get a possible double reward. Cool. Go, combat drone. Ionize those weapons. Zoltan shield, perfectly intact. This weapon sucks, by the way, but I once did an ions and drones run on this ship, and the only option I had to get an ion, oh, for fuck's sake, to get ionization was to have to buy a chain ion, which was one of the most humiliating things I've ever had to do in FTL. I'm going to buy this burst laser so I have a weapon that I can do damage. It's actually preferable to this flak because I can actually aim that at specific rooms and have it do stuff. I'm kind of tempted to sell the combat drone and get the other beam drone, because I have 3 ion weapons to shred shields. I'm not sure if it's worth the scrap. It's 25 scrap, basically. Let's do it. No, reject. Smith, go and destroy them. The one downside to this is it will be harder to work out what anti-drones are aiming at, because I can't just say, oh, well, it's aiming at my beam drone. Well, of course it is. Power over that beam drone. Yeah, double beam drones will make very short work of enemies once their shields are ionized. Yeah, I can take this. Can I hit both of these and still get the exit? I think so. Manually search. Cool. We get some free. We'll gladly take that. We're not using our missiles. One moment, please. Please. Okay, we're back. Yeah, look for the rebel ship. Are you kidding? No, beam drum. You were worth 8 scrap. I'm holding my scrap just because, well, we're going to a red sector guaranteed next. There could be one store, and that one store could be the first jump. Rebel 7 is spooky. We don't have a third shield bubble. I'm gonna go Mantis. We have long range scanners, so we can make the most of it. Okay. I'm going to get that third shield bubble now. Just make sure that we keep our cloak buffer, and we need to make sure we see every beacon. We do not want to find our cloaking is at the one beacon we didn't spot. Of course, there's a chance we might not get cloaking here, because there might only be one store in this sector and it might not have it. But we'll deal with that if it happens. Good lord. No point in firing up the backup battery until the shields are all the way down. Difference between using the double beam drones versus using combat versus beam, where that can still do stuff against a single shield bubble. Now auto fire one of these weapons. Yeah. Once those shields are down, enemies do not last. Very rare that I'll get through shields on the first volley. Like, to get through 4 shield bubbles on my first thing, I would need to hit. There's 7 ion shots they would all need to hit. We could maybe crew kill here, but I think they would just end up falling into the solar check that beacon. I've seen this one. Hate the civilian ship. More Mantis bombers. Okay, good. Are you joking? You asshole. Pick up all these into weapons. Okay, there we go. Feels like a very long time since we've been boarded. Mostly because our Zoltan field has been staying intact in most times. Go on back to your ship. This is excellent life choices. Ugh, I hope my store isn't there. These double charge twos are quite annoying. Nice. We've already seen this beacon, so we just want to go here. We're not quite able to do that. Do this. Potentially swap to the burst laser once shields are all the way down. Especially in fights like this. Can I maybe get this missile down at time? No, not quite. go. Now we have a way of dealing hull damage that is not reliant on the drones. I'm skipping this both because it's in a pulsar, but more importantly, I need to see more beacons, and I need to see those ones down below. And, well, we gotta fight anyway, so it's fine. You go kaboom! I could swap and do this, but no. Okay, cool, we found the store. Now we can take this pulsar after all. Hooray? Let's put 2 Zoltans in my shields, and then I keep one ready all the time. Ready. I keep one from being ionized. Show me cloaking, please. For God's sake, no cloaking. But there's another store. Cool. There's gonna be no cloaking there as well, isn't there? I can feel it. Yep. So we're probably doing this without cloaking. There's definitely no stores in this sector, so it's up to whether or not we can find a store in Sector 8, which is unlikely. I'm wondering about buying this fire beam to get crew kills in the first phase. Of course, without cloaking, phase 1 is awkward anyway. Typically with a high on heavy setup, I want to hack cloaking so that I can actually stack ions, but that's reliant on me using cloaking to dodge stuff. I think we're gonna just say fuck it to crew kills, honestly. We have the Zoltan shield for phase 3, so... And with double beam drones and all these ions, we should get through phase 3 quite quickly. Shred that Zoltan shield like nobody's business. Yeah, if we can't find a store with cloaking, of course, we'll definitely have that 4th shield up. Nope. We don't need consumables at this point, we just need scrap. Search among the stores, damn it! Yuck. Ion 2 with double combat drones is no joke. Unless you're the one playing it, then it's a very funny joke. Probably buffer my drones before the end. Can I do this? Not quite. I can do this, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Do not give in to temptation. Okay, this sees a lot, this sees less. Only thing this sees, well, I suppose it sees this jump. Thing is that, well no, that couldn't have been our only store, but like this could be our only store. It is entirely possible for the game to generate a store in this sector in a spot that is physically impossible for you to reach. And the order in which beacons get taken over is random, so that also can fuck you. Fortunate thing is that the Zoltan shield kind of works for a lot of the same things that cloaking does. But only kind of. Like, it's not nearly as good against this flak too, for example. Nice, Sector 8 outpost. Let's fucking go. One moment. Thank you.
Did you want the window open? Yeah, you can do. Fan on, but the window's closed.
I probably should have turned the fan off by now.
Yes.
I mean, I had the windows closed because obviously cat.
It's quite breezy. It's up to you. Yes. Oh, don't worry. If the electricity comes in wildly over the top, I will look into this. Yes, I know. I'm just going to get it. Oh, she's jumping up now for it. We do. We sit, don't we? Yes, good girl.
Good. Lisa.
You must sniff.
Remember to sniff.
Sniff first.
Use your very clever sniffs.
You sure? You think it's that one? Yeah, there it is. Good girl.
See, she gets it right when she uses her sniffs.
I know. She just sniffed a tiny bit of that one to make sure that she was right.
She's a very clever girl.
That was more sensible.
Her sniffs are so clever. Nothing can hide from her special clever
It's
sniffs.
horrible headache tonight. Over my left eye, sort of around here. some sort of muscly thing. That's this lovely thing. Ooh, don't like that. It's a natural one. If they're both sides, it's very unlikely to be some sort of horrid growth, isn't it? Night, night.
Good night, Miss Trees.
You stop licking that bloody rib cover. That's why I put disinfectant in with your clothes. Which she shouldn't really lick, but it does rinse them.
Good night, Miss Trees.
Because I've locked up down there and turned all the lights off and stuff. I should not be very pleased if I found that you then had to take her out in the garden.
No, I don't need to take her.
Good. Stop licking that bloody bed cover. Night, night.
Good night, Miss Trees.
I suppose it's not rigid with dog spit.
Good night, Miss Trees.
Have the lovely dreams. No noise, please, now,
Yes,
because I am going to go to sleep.
We'll be very, very silent.
And it actually goes on while I was trying to do something.
Okay, we're back. Nice. And we found it. I'm not risking any more jumps that could get taken over. Hooray! We found it. Might not even be able to get level 3, although I can go back, take this fight. And in fact, I can sell the long-range scanners here because I'm going here and then towards the base, so it doesn't give me any information. I need more ion stacks. Come on. Can't really cloak hack cycle with ion weapons unless they're either really slow ion weapons like chain ion, ion bomb, or unless you have stealth weapons, because you have to keep firing the ions. So you can still mostly do it. It's just actually, holding your fire throughout the whole of the cloak the way that you would generally do is kind of inadvisable. Never save these crew positions, I guess not. Let's do this theoretically sell the drone recovery arm now, since I probably have enough to get through this, but I'm not going to. Since I have the ability to cloak, I will hack their cloaking. That does mean I only need to use level 1 hack in this phase, which is useful. The Zoltan shield is kind of frustrating here because it can't actually sync their cloaking and their hacking up to put you in the cloak hack cycle. But we have fast weapons here, so I don't think it's too much of a concern anyway. Hey, they did hack though. Throw them at a cloak immediately. Now this will eventually desync because their hack goes on cooldown. You'll notice this goes on cooldown immediately, whereas our hacking doesn't. But by the time that becomes a particularly large problem, I can just shoot the system. However, I want to first take their something or other that is going on out in the hallways. Got the dogs' attention. There we go. What's this? Hey, this is still here. Give us some extra scrap. We could use some buffer upgrades like this. In all future phases, we will hack missiles. I think actually only level 1 hack at first because that syncs it up with the first drone search. So we can cloak it. Cool. All 7 shots. Go and tangle with this idiot. Okay, well it didn't quite sync up because we actually damaged that system, but guess what? There we go. Switched off. I temporarily turned my level 202 off, so you just go in there, this fight will be over. I said this fight will be over in a moment. Buy more power. Oh yeah, I never did damage buffer my drones, but whatever. When I got cloaking, that became kind of unnecessary. Considering I have cloaking and hacking and a really fast way to get through Zoltan shields, and a Zoltan shield of my own, I should be able to do this without damage. I could definitely go to the store and sell drone recovery. No. charge ions charging and just use my 2 faster weapons along with beam drones to hack through this. The fuck? Beam drone, no. That's all. Stops it from damaging my ship. Hooray! 0 damage flagship. Yeah, that run was a bit sketchy. The early parts of that were very bad. Yeah, that's why. That's pathetic. And yeah, I've just had a look. In our first 4 sectors, we made 103 scrap, then 93 scrap, then 118 scrap, then 133 scrap. While only having 1 drop, which was a boarding drone. Blah. But you know, drone recovery arm and charge ion rather can carry you quite far. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, well, we're right on to another terrible ship. So, I hope you enjoyed the run, and I'll see you for NGB next time out. Bye for now.